On the Newsmaker Hotline, our good friend Bret Baier from the Fox News Channel. Bret, how are you on this Friday?
Good morning.
I got a question for you. You know, you've got your finger on the pulse of Washington. You've got the worldwide resources of Fox News there at your fingertips, a bench full of top-flight correspondents and some of the best producers in the nation's capital, and they're all over Capitol Hill, and they're following this gun story. So here's my question. How is that going to proceed? Because it seems to me what we are basically working off of right now is a set of talking points, and that the actual legislation is in flux at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the biggest hurdle was crossed when they reached cloture, when they got to the 60 votes needed to start the debate. I think how the bill actually takes shape and what it looks like will determine whether they get the votes needed to move it through. My guess, just by talking to people on the Hill, and you know Chad Pergram up there, he's our point man on the Hill, it may be a watered-down version of what Democrats and the administration want, but I would venture a guess that it gets through. And how that then proceeds in the House is really the question.
Are you detecting, as some people are, a little waffling over in the House? I mean, I thought there was no chance at all that the House would even take up anything. And I guess it still remains to be seen what actually comes out of the Senate. But I'm also getting the sense that they're not just saying absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, first of all, I think that Speaker Boehner will have a vote on something, and whether the votes are there to pass something, I think will be determined by, you know, how forceful the piece of legislation is, the vote on it coming out of the Senate, number one, and number two, what exactly the bill is. They'll want to see, you know, all the specifics. You know, there'll be from the NRA and other groups if it treads at all on any aspect of that they believe go or start the slippery slope of going towards holding on to receipts of people's registration.
Bret Baier, I think the best 20 minutes of daily television is your all-star panel there at the end of your great show special report. And last night you proved me right. Yeah, you ventured into the discussion about the lack of media coverage about the abortion doctor up in Philadelphia, Dr. Gosnell. And I wonder, you know, we've discussed it here in our pre-show meetings as well. There's such grisly details in this story that it's something you don't want to get into sometimes for your audience. Do you think that's part of what's motivating this? And if so, what are the overall political ramifications when the media sort of checks out on a story that has such major implications?
Well, I mean, the panel came to a different conclusion. They didn't think that it was about the gruesome nature of the details because, you know, that has not prevented the media covering the Jodi Arias trial, you know.
Right, other murders and crime stories that you hear in the news. That's true.
And we hear very detailed reports about those murder.
I think we're having a little trouble with your phone there, Bret.
Oh.
You still there, Bret?
Yeah, he keeps popping out.
Yeah,
there you go. You're back.
Come on back.
Sorry about that. All the murder trials that we hear, the Jodi Arias trial, that, you know, they're very detailed in the murder details, and this one is just not covered. Why? And the panel came to the conclusion that it's because of the ideology of the topic, and I, you know, you have to wonder about it. It's just not getting covered anywhere. I mean, zero stories. We don't do a lot of coverage about other coverage, but you know, this is a story that should be covered. I mean, it does delve into partial birth abortion. It does delve into this whole big issue. And boy, if you read that case, I don't care if you're pro-choice or pro-life or what you call yourself. It's grisly.
Yeah, and Bret, you know what's interesting? I would think if I were pro-choice, I would want this guy thrown in jail because he actually does a lot of harm to their cause, I would think. I don't understand why they want it ignored.
it's mind-boggling, and it's one of these things that's frustrating about coverage. It's kind of, it's a lot of people say I go back to this all the time, but it's kind of like the Benghazi case, in that we were all screaming from the top of our lungs, like, this is a story. Why is it not getting covered? And so, we just have to keep on doing our job, and then hope others come around.
All right, so I know that you are a big golfer, a big golf fan. You've got to be, I know, in your office, over in the corner, while you're doing the important business that you do, You're watching the Masters, aren't you?
In fact, there's this wonderful thing on masters.org. You can actually put it in the corner of your computer. And then when someone walks in the office, you can just click a button and it goes away.
There's a fine use of the worldwide resources of the Fox News channel.
That's right.
Really,
You're just eating up that bandwidth over there, aren't you?
Yes. It's tremendous. It's my favorite week. I mean, it's just awesome to see the azaleas and that course. The fact that a 14-year-old was playing and he's only one over, and he's playing with Ben Crenshaw, the best putter and the historian of the game. I mean, it gives me goosebumps. Yeah. And it's just a wonderful week for the game of golf. And I picked Luke Donald, 1 under. I think he still has a chance, but I like Dustin Johnson and Ricky Fowler. I like the young guys.
Bret Baier admitted, I know you love your job, but if you could, you'd trade with Jim Nantz this week, wouldn't you?
Oh, big time. I mean, this is just the perfect week, and just to be able to say, let's go over to 14.
Ooh, he's got it down,
love that, too. Yeah. Bret Baier, good to have you. Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right, well,